On December 23, 2024, the U.S. Navy announced a tragic incident. An F-18 Hornet fighter jet had crashed in the Red Sea. Initial reports pointed towards a potential friendly fire incident. The Navy claimed that the USS Jasper, a guided missile destroyer, had mistakenly shot down the aircraft. The Pentagon swiftly launched an investigation. They promised transparency and accountability. The incident sent shockwaves through the international community. It raised serious questions about safety protocols and rules of engagement. The Navy assured the public that it would take all necessary steps to prevent similar incidents in the future. While the U.S. Navy maintained its stance on friendly fire, inconsistencies began to surface. Reports from various sources started to paint a different picture, one that suggested a more complex scenario than initially presented. Eyewitness accounts and leaked documents hinted at a possible cover-up, raising questions about the true nature of the incident. The Yemeni government, engaged in a protracted conflict with the United States and its allies, offered a starkly different account. They were quick to assert their version of events, which starkly contrasted with the U.S. narrative. According to Yemeni officials, the incident was not a case of friendly fire, but a deliberate act of defense against what they perceived as an intrusion. They claimed responsibility for downing the F-18. This bold assertion was backed by what they described as irrefutable evidence, including radar data and eyewitness testimonies from their military personnel. The wreckage of the aircraft, scattered across the desert, became a focal point of their argument. According to Yemeni officials, the Hornet had been conducting a reconnaissance mission near their territorial waters. They argued that the aircraft's presence was a clear violation of their sovereignty, prompting a defensive response. The mission, they claimed, was not as innocent as the U.S. portrayed it to be. They asserted that their air defense systems had successfully targeted and neutralized the aircraft. This action, they insisted, was a necessary measure to protect their airspace from what they deemed an imminent threat. The precision of their defense systems was highlighted as a testament to their military capabilities. This claim directly contradicted the U.S. narrative, casting doubt on the friendly fire explanation. The U.S. military, however, stood firm on their version of events, leading to a heated exchange of accusations and denials. The conflicting stories created a cloud of uncertainty, making it difficult for observers to discern the truth. The international community watched closely as the story unfolded, questioning who to believe. Media outlets around the world picked up the story, each adding their own spin and analysis. Global leaders weighed in, some calling for an independent investigation to uncover the facts. As the debate raged on, the public remained divided, unsure of which narrative to trust. The F-18 Hornet is a twin-engine, supersonic, all-weather combat jet. It boasts advanced radar systems, electronic countermeasures, and a high degree of maneuverability. This makes it a formidable opponent in any aerial engagement. Given the Hornet's sophisticated design and capabilities, questions arose about how it could be easily mistaken for a hostile target. Experts pointed out that the F-18 is equipped with advanced identification systems, making a case of mistaken identity less likely. The circumstances surrounding the incident seemed increasingly improbable. The USS Jasper is an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, renowned for its sophisticated combat systems. It is equipped with the Aegis combat system and the Mk-41 vertical launching system. This system can launch a variety of missiles, including the SM-2 Standard missile, known for its long range and accuracy. Given the Jasper's advanced radar and targeting systems, the possibility of a misidentification leading to friendly fire seemed remote. Critics argued that the Navy's explanation lacked crucial details. They demanded a thorough investigation into the chain of events that led to the downing of the F-18. The Houthis, a Shia Islamic political and armed movement, have been engaged in a fierce conflict in Yemen. Often underestimated, they have demonstrated significant military capabilities, including the use of sophisticated weaponry. In recent years, the Houthis have acquired advanced anti-aircraft systems, some allegedly supplied by Iran. They have successfully targeted and downed several aircraft belonging to the Saudi-led coalition fighting in Yemen. This demonstrated their ability to engage and neutralize aerial threats, lending credibility to their claim regarding the F-18. Section 6. Survival Against the Odds, Questioning Friendly Fire. Perhaps the most perplexing aspect of the incident was the survival of both pilots. In a typical friendly fire scenario involving a missile strike, the chances of survival are slim. The fact that both pilots managed to eject and were subsequently rescued raised further questions. Some experts suggested that the damage to the F-18 might have been caused by something other than a direct missile hit. This fueled speculation that the Hornet might have been disabled by a different weapon system, possibly belonging to the Houthis. Section 7. The Mk-41 System Implications and Uncertainties. The U.S. Navy's admission that the Mk-41 system was involved added another layer of complexity to the incident. The Mk-41 is a highly sophisticated system, requiring precise targeting information and authorization protocols. This raised questions about potential malfunctions or unauthorized use of the system. Was there a technical glitch, or could there have been a breakdown in the chain of command? These unanswered questions fueled speculation and cast further doubt on the official narrative. Section 8. Shifting Narratives, Understanding American Motives. The complexities of international relations often lead to narratives that serve specific strategic purposes. In this section, we delve into the reasons behind the U.S. government's insistence on a particular storyline despite evident contradictions and growing skepticism. The U.S. government's insistence on the friendly fire narrative, despite mounting inconsistencies, raised eyebrows. This narrative was pushed forward even as evidence began to surface that suggested otherwise. The persistence in this storyline led many to question the underlying motives and the potential implications of admitting to an alternative scenario. Some analysts suggested that the U.S. might be trying to downplay the incident to avoid escalating tensions in the region. By maintaining the friendly fire narrative, the U.S. could be attempting to prevent further conflict and maintain a semblance of control over an already volatile situation. This approach, while controversial, might be seen as a strategic move to keep the peace and avoid drawing more attention to the incident. Admitting to a Houthi downing of a U.S. fighter jet would be a significant propaganda victory for the group. Such an admission would not only bolster the Houthis' standing, but also serve as a powerful recruitment tool, showcasing their ability to challenge a superpower. This could lead to increased support and resources for the group, further destabilizing the region. It would also expose vulnerabilities in U.S. military capabilities and potentially embolden its adversaries. Acknowledging such a weakness could lead to a loss of confidence among allies and a perception of diminished power. This could have far-reaching consequences affecting not only military strategy but also diplomatic relations and international standing. Therefore, maintaining the friendly fire narrative, despite its flaws, could be seen as a way to protect American interests and save face on the international stage. By controlling the narrative, the U.S. aims to manage both domestic and international perceptions, ensuring that its strategic objectives are not compromised. This delicate balancing act highlights the intricate interplay between truth, perception, and power in the realm of international politics. Section 9. A Troubled History, the Incident's Wider Significance. The downing of the F-18, regardless of the cause, highlights the complexities and dangers of the ongoing conflict in Yemen. This incident is not just an isolated event, but a reflection of the broader geopolitical tensions that have plagued the region for years. The skies over Yemen have become a battleground, with various factions vying for control and influence. Each sortie, each mission, carries with it the weight of international politics and the ever-present risk of escalation. It underscores the need for greater transparency and accountability in military operations. In an age where information is both a weapon and a shield, the lack of clear communication can lead to disastrous consequences. Military command centers, with their advanced radar systems and satellite imagery, are tasked with making split-second decisions that can have far-reaching implications. The importance of accurate intelligence and the ethical responsibility of those in command cannot be overstated. The incident also raises serious questions about the rules of engagement and the potential for miscalculation in a volatile region. The rules of engagement are designed to provide a framework for military action, but in the heat of battle, these rules can become blurred. The potential for miscalculation is ever present, and the consequences of such errors can be catastrophic. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the thin line between calculated military strategy and unintended escalation. It serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of war and the urgent need for a peaceful resolution to the conflict in Yemen. The images of candlelight vigils and war-torn areas are a poignant reminder of the lives lost and the families torn apart by this conflict. Humanitarian aid efforts continue to provide some relief, but the ultimate solution lies in a lasting peace. The international community must come together to support diplomatic efforts and ensure that the voices of those affected by the conflict are heard. The world waits to see what the full investigation will reveal, and what consequences, if any, will follow. Investigators are meticulously combing through the evidence, and military officials are under intense scrutiny. The international news coverage of the incident has brought it to the forefront of global attention. The findings of the investigation could have significant implications for future military operations and international relations. As the world watches, the hope is that lessons will be learned and steps will be taken to prevent such incidents in the future.